Biscuits and gravy is a hearty breakfast dish that you'll find in restaurants and homes across the South. The key when making fried green tomatoes is to avoid them turning into a soft, soggy mess. Check your unripened tomatoes are suitably firm, then cut them into 3/8 to
Tomatoes come in green?
If you've ever lived in the American South, you'll know that the food down there has its own unique identity, and it's absolutely delicious too. If you haven't tried these, well, bless your heart. These are the Southern comfort foods you absolutely need to try. One of the most popular dishes to have come out of New Orleans are—
Wait, did I just see something that looks like lasagna on a toast? I can't wait to visit the South. What's the story? You guys know I love Alabama. Roll Tide, Roll Tide. Can't say Alabama without saying Roll Tide. Can't wait to come to Alabama. Can't wait to go to West Virginia, sweet home, Alabama. I don't know. I'm so sorry. But yeah, you guys have some, I don't want to say weird, some unique foods over there. Again, from watching TV, watching TV shows. So I'm intrigued to see Southern comfort food. That's like Georgia, Alabama, Oklahoma. Is Tennessee in the South? I think it is. It's Florida in the South. Apparently, you need to try all these beignets. What's that? Sounds French. Let's check it out. Let's go.
Are beignets. These airy— One of the most popular dishes to have come out of New Orleans are beignets. These airy treats are made with usually square pieces of yeast dough that are fried in hot oil until they puff up. They're then generously dusted with powdered sugar and eaten straight away, preferably accompanied by a mug of café au lait. Arguably the best place to enjoy a beignet is in New Orleans, preferably at the Café du Monde in the city's French Quarter. But if getting a—
That looks like something like dough balls. Do you guys know what dough balls are over here in the UK? It's just dough with sugar. It's pure. Like I love sweet stuff. Oh my God, I'm gonna gain so much weight when I come over there. Everything with the refills, everything, so much sugar. Oh God, you guys are gonna make me fat. And I can't wait. I'm gonna make sure I buy extra large boxes. Right now I'm wearing medium, but I'm gonna buy extra large because I'm gonna need it when I'm coming back. But I can't wait. I love it.
Around is proving a little difficult right now, then you're in luck, because they're not difficult to make at home either. Just make sure to turn them often in the oil and be careful not to overcook them. Biscuits and gravy is a hearty breakfast dish that you'll find in restaurants and homes across the South. The soft, flaky biscuits are smothered in white gravy, which is made from pork sausage drippings, milk, and flour. The gravy is seasoned with black pepper and typically includes pieces of the breakfast sausage too, making it even more flavorful. The good news is that sausage gravy is easy to make at home, and there are plenty of different recipes.
Okay. Anyway, I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't look great to look at, but I know it probably tastes nice. I know. Before you guys go in the comments, Eddie, me. I'll let you, okay? Come on, look at this. Look at that. Come on, dog. Come on. How does that look like? I don't want to be rude. And you guys call bread biscuits. That's like normal bagel, not bagel, like scone, like a sweet scone. When they said pork, oh my, it looks like mackerel that's been squished up with milk. But I think I have to taste it. Just the way you guys see toast with baked beans and cheese. Exactly. See, you know what? Yes, I'm gonna stand by what I say. That looks disgusting. Yes, because you guys abuse me when I talk about toast and baked beans. You guys say, nah, it's shite. Exactly. That looks like shite. Yes. I know it's probably good. Sorry. I can't wait to try it. I know it's gonna taste nice, but at first it doesn't look pleasing to the eye at first. Is that cheese as well at the bottom? It looks like cheese. But yeah, sorry. Let's continue.
Biscuits are smothered in white gravy, which is made from pork sausage drippings, milk, and flour. The gravy is seasoned with black pepper and typically includes pieces of the breakfast sausage too, making it even more flavorful. The good news is that sausage gravy is easy to make at home, and there are plenty of different recipes available online. Failing that, you could pick up some of the ready-mix packets at the grocery store, although you'll really want to try the homemade stuff at least once. As for the biscuits, if making them from scratch just isn't feasible, the Pillsbury ones you pop open and bake will work just fine. Just don't let a Southerner catch you taking those shortcuts. Okay, so boiled peanuts sound kind of bland compared to roasted peanuts, but don't judge a book by its cover. These are actually really good. They're made by taking raw peanuts and boiling them for hours in salty water over a fire, until the shells turn soggy. These peanuts are then sold at roadside stands all over the South, where residents and tourists alike enjoy them, often with bottles of Coke or sweet tea. For what it's worth, it's usually best to munch on boiled peanuts outdoors.
Because I love peanuts. Like, I love cashew nuts. I love any nuts. I know you're thinking. Like, I love peanuts, especially the... What's that one with the sugar on top? Oh, what's the one? What are they called? I forgot what they're called now. You guys know what they're called? They're like the roasted. Yeah, the onion roasted. Oh my, onion roasted pea. Oh my god, onion roasted. But boy, that's very interesting. It's gonna be very, very savory, isn't it? It's not gonna be sweet. It's something like, you're chilling, just wanna, it's a nice lovely day. That kind of vibe. Yeah. I don't mind, I'll try it.
So you can easily spit out their soggy shells, because it's nearly impossible to crack them open with your hands. Of course, some people opt to eat these peanuts whole, shells and all, but that's one heck of an acquired taste.
Okay.
For centuries, people have been making use of their stale bread by creating their own kinds of bread pudding. Often made with bread, cream, eggs, sugar, spices, and raisins, modern bread pudding is the heartiest of comfort foods and should do wonders for warming you up on a cold and dreary day. So how do you make bread pudding even better? Just add bourbon. In the South, people often add a few dashes of bourbon.
That looks good. Now I know why the rate of diabetes is high in America. Yep, it makes a lot of sense. Don't get me wrong, I'll be surprised if I have diabetes in the future. I don't know the amount of sugar that I eat. Oh my god. That's my kind of food right there. I can't help it. I'm so glad I'm into sports that I run like at least 4 times a week and I play football like 3-4 times. English football. If I don't, I don't think I'll be able to fit in this room. But I'm the kind of person that I don't eat a lot of food. So I might eat breakfast, then skip lunch. Then I might have something small for dinner. But I don't eat a lot of food. I don't eat chicken. I only eat fish. I don't eat chicken at all. I hate chicken. I know for a black guy, people are probably like, what? And you're black? I'm like, yeah, I just don't. I can't remember. Last time I probably ate chicken, but I was probably like 7, 8. And I'm 30 now, so I don't like chicken at all. I don't like any bird, turkey, or that kind of shit. No. Even when it comes to beef, not really. I used to eat bacon. No, not really anymore. I might have it here and there. I feel like if I come to the United States, then yeah, I'll try the bacon, sausage, and all that. Just see what's like over there. But I can't wait. Ribs. Some onion ribs. Can't wait. But chicken, count me out. Sorry.
Into a number of different recipes, and bread pudding is one of them. The bourbon combines with the cream and sugar to create a thick, warm sauce that is drizzled over the warm bread pudding right before serving. Brunswick stew is a hearty, tomato-based stew that's hugely popular in the South. It typically features lima beans, corn, and other vegetables, along with some sort of meat. The base includes barbecue sauce and a little hot sauce for some heat too. Early versions of the stew use squirrel meat, but if you're not brave enough to keep it authentic, you can always substitute the squirrel with rabbit, chicken, or just about anything else. Virginians claim the stew originated in their Brunswick County, while Georgians will tell you it was first made in the city of Brunswick, Georgia. Wherever it came from, however, it's a truly delicious comfort food that'll easily take the chill out of a wintry day. Grab some cornbread, or a loaf of any crusty bread for that matter.
That's something I have to try, cornbread. I have to try cornbread. Again, if you grew up watching black movies, about cornbread, all these Tyler Perry movies, just any movie in general, all the Will Smith movies, Eddie Murphy movies, what's that big Eddie Murphy movie when it was big, when it was massive? I can't remember what it's called now. But yeah, cornbread, I want to try cornbread so bad because it's meant to be this. Is it sweet or savory actually? But I know you guys like it. I've never tried. I would love to try it. I can't wait to try cornbread.
Easily take the chill out of a wintry day. Grab some cornbread, or a loaf of any crusty bread for that matter, to sop up all the southern goodness. Fried catfish is a simple dish that's available at most restaurants that serve fish in the South. And the good news is that catfish is pretty good for you, since it's high in omega-3 fatty acids and low in mercury. If you can't find it at a restaurant near you, however, your grocery store may offer farmed catfish, which is also typically clean and nutritious. Catfish.
I love my fish. I indeed love fish. My favorite fish is probably I like prawns. I like salmon. I like sea bass. Salmon and sea bass. I just went shopping there, yeah, and I got like all week. My girlfriend knows Just salmon. Monday, I'll have salmon, probably salmon and rice. Salmon rice, some broccoli, some courgettes, some spinach and all that. You know, she has to make sure I eat all the grain. I have no choice. So, and then Tuesday, probably have some sea bass. Wednesday, prawns. It's just always fish. That's all I eat. I survive on fish. I love fish. But then, because normally my girlfriend does the shopping, because, you know, I go football on Sundays. While I go football, she probably go shopping. Now when I go shopping, I'm like, normally I just give her my card or maybe she pays for it. I'm like, fish is expensive. Like, fish compared, I'm not sure, what is it like in America? What's the most expensive meat over there? Is a chicken? And chicken probably cheap. But fish is like double the price of what chicken is. I'm like, what? That's crazy.
Fish is easy enough to prepare. Dip it in milk, dredge it in seasoned cornmeal, and fry it in hot oil. It only takes a few minutes to get it golden brown on the outside and beautifully flaky on the inside. Add a squirt of lemon and a side of rice, then start chowing down. Pure bliss. For a truly comforting meal, there's nothing like a bowl of chicken and dumplings. If you aren't in the South, where you can find them at most sit-down restaurants, you can try.
I'm only booing because I don't eat chicken. It's probably nice, but I don't eat chicken, so that's why I'm booing. So I'm just gonna look sad for the rest of the segments of chicken.
Making these at home by dropping biscuit dough into cooking soup. And though they aren't difficult to make, dumplings are a kind of art form, and they can take some time to perfect. You don't want your dumplings undercooked and wet inside, but you also don't want them so overcooked that they start falling apart in the broth. Stick them with a toothpick, and if it comes out clean, you're good to go. Chicken fried steak, sometimes called country fried steak, is made from a tenderized cube steak which is battered like fried chicken, pan-fried and topped with white gravy. While you can find chicken fried steak in an array of southern states, it's most closely associated with Texas. And as with most things, it's always bigger in Texas too. In fact, at Lulu's Cafe in San Antonio, you can find a 21-ounce version of this dish. And it's not a coincidence that Lulu's is also home to the famous 3-pound cinnamon roll too. That's just how they roll down there, as it were. For your next Super Bowl party, why not forego the wings and serve up a batch of southern fried chicken gizzards instead? Believe it or not, your guests might thank you for it. Okay, so you probably don't want to think too much about what a gizzard is, but that'll be easy enough to do once you realize how good it tastes. You can cook gizzards in a number of ways, but it's best to boil them first and then coat them before deep frying. Throw in a little hot sauce, and soon you won't be able to get enough of these tender little morsels. Chicken pot pie is an iconic Southern comfort food that, when done right, simply can't be beaten. And done right doesn't mean grabbing a pie from your grocer's freezer.
Okay, I'm guessing you guys love your chicken, don't you? You love chicken, don't you? Boo! Boo! Skip.
Section. A flaky golden brown homemade crust is essential for this Southern specialty. Inside, the chicken needs to be moist and plentiful. The vegetables must be neither too firm nor too mushy, and the gravy creamy but not goopy. Is it a challenge to find a good chicken pot pie? Yes, but it really is worth it. And if you don't trust restaurants to get it right, you could always experiment with different recipes at home. It might take some time to perfect, but once you land on just the right method, you'll never want to cook anything else. Ambrosia didn't actually originate in the South, but you'll still find it at plenty of Southern potlucks. This variety of fruit salad typically contains mandarin oranges, mini marshmallows, pineapple chunks, and shredded coconut mixed with some sort of dairy ingredient. Some people use mayonnaise, while others use cream cheese, plain yogurt, or whipped cream.
That looks like a lovely dessert. That's a nice healthy dessert there. Oh my god. I like having a nice yogurt bowl, you know, put some bananas, blueberries, some yogurt, some Greek yogurt, you know. Oh, I'm craving that right now. I think I'm gonna have to after this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, yeah.
Dairy ingredient. Some people use mayonnaise, while others use cream cheese, plain yogurt, or whipped cream. You might also find some potluckers add in bananas, cherries, and nuts too. Because why the heck not, right? Think of it like a banana split without the ice cream. And then maybe throw in some ice cream anyway. If you live north of the Mason-Dixon line, you've probably never experienced chitlins before, and you are most definitely missing out. Chitlins are made from the large intestines of a hog, and they need to be carefully cleaned and prepared before cooking, for obvious reasons. Typically, the intestines are soaked in baking soda and water, rinsed several times, turned inside out, and cleaned by hand before being boiled for several hours. And just in case you're doing this at home, be warned. Chitlins smell truly disgusting while they are boiling, so put some onion and lemon in the water to tone down the odor. After they are boiled, batter and deep fry them. Then serve them up with a little hot sauce. Though Pennsylvania has its own version of chow-chow, it's actually completely different from the southern variety. In the South, chow-chow is a cabbage-based type of pickled relish that incorporates onions, peppers, tomatoes, and a whole lot of seasoning. This stuff is often used as a topping for hot dogs and hamburgers, but you could also use it to top your cornbread, fish cakes, beans, and even your mashed potatoes. In fact, you can put it on just about anything. It'll taste great no matter what. Collard greens are a leafy green vegetable not completely unlike turnip or mustard greens, and are most often associated with soul food. They can be bitter and tough if not cooked properly. But if they're done right, then they'll make the perfect.
I've had loads of. I think I've had collard greens before. I think my girlfriend probably made this for me in the past. I'm sure she's had. Well, she's always experimenting. She eats very healthy, super healthy. She's the kind of person to have, toast and avocado for breakfast almost every day. So while I'm having my toast and baked beans and cheese, she's just having avocado. I don't know. I can't really get into avocados. It's just such a weird taste. It's like if there's any Jamaicans watching this, like it's like ackee and saltfish. I tried it. I like fish, but ackee, bro, it just has it's just such a weird taste to me. Again, you guys try it. It's a big Jamaican cuisine. It's just not for me. I love plantain, but no, I can't saltfish.
Side dish to any southern meal. After washing them well, chop the leaves into inch-long pieces, then simmer them in water. People often throw a ham bone into the pot, along with garlic and onion for a little extra flavor. But one of the best additions to collard greens has got to be bacon. You can never go wrong with bacon. Red-eye gravy is made with the grease and drippings of pan-fried ham and black coffee. And yeah, okay, that might sound kinda gross, but this stuff really is amazing. The coffee is first used to deglaze the pan, but is then combined with the grease on a 1-to-1 ratio, resulting in a highly unusual yet genuinely delicious gravy. You can pour the simple gravy over your ham, potatoes.
Coffee? I love coffee, but I drink coffee for energy, not for my soup or stew. Sorry, I can't talk. Why am I talking like that? Coffee in a gravy. That sends you to the graveyard. Sorry.
Highly unusual yet genuinely delicious gravy. You can pour the simple gravy over your ham, potatoes, rice, or grits, but many folk choose to simply sop it up with biscuits. Crawfish, crayfish, crawdads, or mudbugs, whatever you call them in your neck of the woods, these freshwater crustaceans are some of the tastiest seafood out there. Of course, you can eat crawfish meat dipped in drawn butter, just like you would with lobster. But if you ever find yourself in the Cajun areas of Louisiana, do yourself a favor and seek out crawfish etouffee. This is when crawfish meat in a spicy roux is poured over rice for an amazing dish with a seriously deep flavor.
Look at them waffles. I was gonna say something else. I can't remember what I was gonna say. But seeing them waffles, you just got me this combo. Can we move the chicken away? The chicken's pissing me off. Sorry. Move the chicken away. Let's put some fried eggs beside it, something like that. Without the chicken, everything else look at the bread. Ooh, is that cornbread on the far right, top right? Ooh, cornbread. Like some cornbread. Oh, what's that movie? Life, where Martin Lawrence and was it Eddie Murphy? Said, are you gonna have your cornbread? Can I have your cornbread? You remember that scene from Life? Cornbread.
And a spicy roux is poured over rice for an amazing dish with a seriously deep flavor. As simple as it sounds, you don't want to make fried chicken and waffles at home. Instead, hop on over to one of the South's many awesome waffle establishments or diners, the places that really get it right. If you haven't experienced chicken and waffles before, it might seem like an unusual combination, but it really does work. Crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside, perfectly seasoned fried chicken makes a heavenly partner for a plate of buttery waffles. This is also an incredibly versatile dish and should work great for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a late-night snack. Fried green tomatoes is a simple southern side dish that packs a big punch. The key when making fried green tomatoes is to avoid them turning into a soft, soggy mess. Check your unripened tomatoes are suitably firm, then cut them into 3/8 to
Tomatoes come in green? I've never seen a green tomato before. Have I? No. I've never knew tomatoes come in green. So we got races for tomatoes. Got black tomatoes, white tomatoes, green I've only just seen red. And maybe like a orangey, yellowy, but not green tomatoes. Never.
To a soft, soggy mess. Check your unripened tomatoes are suitably firm, then cut them into 3/8 to half-inch slices, and soak them for an hour in a mixture of buttermilk and hot sauce. Dredge the tomatoes in a combination of cornmeal and cornstarch, then fry them in bacon grease over medium-high heat until they're crispy on the outside. But be careful not to overcook them. You can dip them in just about anything, but a remoulade with mayo, hot sauce, horseradish, and Cajun spices would be the ultimate authentic accompaniment.
I miss the smell of coffee and bacon fried. Oh, What I wouldn't give for a plate of fried green tomatoes.
If you're looking for something a little out of the ordinary,
Well, I don't give her a fried plate of small tomatoes. Have some chicken waffles. Like we used to do back in the day. Back in my day. We have some chicken waffles. And oh, God. I feel like the South accents ask me, oh my, it's so good. Hey, boy.
to fill you up, consider jambalaya, a favorite in Louisiana. Jambalaya is a mix of sausage, chicken, seafood, and vegetables, cooked in the same pot with rice and stock. Creole jambalaya contains tomatoes, while the Cajun
Sounds like a dance move. Jambalaya. You want to see me do my jambalaya? Jambalaya. Jambo what? Jambalaya. What a name for food. Jambalaya. Let me hear that again.
Consider jambalaya, a favorite in Louisiana. Jambalaya is a mix of sausage, chicken, seafood, and vegetables, cooked in the same pot with rice and stock. Creole jambalaya contains tomatoes, while the Cajun version does not. Both, of course, are extremely tasty.
Jambalaya.
In Cajun jambalaya, in rural Louisiana, you might also find a variety of game meats used, as well as alligator, crayfish, and even turtle. All Southerners know that everything's better when you fry it, and okra is no exception. To make these golden nuggets of veggie goodness for yourself, slice your okra, dip it in buttermilk, and then coat it in cornmeal and season before deep frying. The best thing here is that okra is seriously good for you, since it's low in calories and contains a great deal of fiber.
Then why are you frying it? You guys just love to fry stuff, don't you? You fry anything. You fried tomatoes earlier, I let that pass. Now you're frying okra. What's next? You're gonna be frying. What's there to fry? Frying apples. Fried apples, you know. It's part of the South meal. You know. Put some sunflower. Put some, I don't know, some pudding, I don't know. Frying okra. How does that even taste like? That's interesting.
Potassium, calcium, and vitamins. The hot brown sandwich originated at the restaurant in the Brown Hotel in Louisville, Kentucky in the 1920s, and it's still served there today. The hot brown is traditionally an open-faced turkey sandwich with tomatoes, covered in Mornay sauce, which is baked, topped with bacon, and then broiled. Some people say it was originally created with peaches rather than tomatoes. Others swear it's a great hangover cure. Pretty much everyone agrees, however, that it's a genuine, bona fide, once-in-a-lifetime sandwich. If you've ever eaten at Long John Silver's, you've probably had their hush puppies. But the ones you can get at a southern restaurant or fish fry are a heck of a lot better than the Long John variety. Hush puppies are basically balls of fried cornmeal batter that are often served alongside fried fish or shrimp. Though hush puppies aren't exactly complex, they're kind of like potato chips, in that it's virtually impossible.
It looks good, but I thought hush puppy was a drink. Do you know the sweet drink, the green, they're like green, red, yellow during the summer, the hot ice, not hot, the cold ice drinks you get in the shops. I thought that was a hush puppy, not this. Is it not? This, don't get me wrong, this does look good. It looks good.
Possible to eat just one. Southern pecan pie made with a splash of high-quality bourbon is hard to beat. If you don't have a restaurant in your area that makes a killer pecan pie, though, it's not too difficult to make at home. However, you'll want to experiment with the amounts of corn syrup, brown sugar, and bourbon you're using until you find just the right combination. And sure, you might end up having to bake a load of pies to get it right, but who's gonna complain about that? If you aren't from the South, then there's a chance you aren't too familiar with pimento cheese. Basically, pimento cheese is a mixture of cheese mixed with mayo and pimento peppers. It can be spread on crackers, stuffed into celery, and scooped onto chips. Some people add it to...
That looks nice. I love cheese. I love some mozzarella, so I love cheese. So yeah, that looks nice. I've also noticed you guys use bourbon for any chance you get. You use bourbon. What did they use bourbon for earlier? What was that? You guys were making some kind of soup or stew. They had coffee in and bourbon. What was it again? Can't remember now. But I wouldn't have that because, I don't drink. So it's nothing like religion or nothing like that. I just don't drink. I've never drank for my life. So I'm very, I like to just don't feel like drinking. I'm not drinking. But yeah, do you need to have bourbon in it? Because if you do, then I can't try it. Sorry.
Scrambled eggs or grits, while others use it as a relish for brats, burgers, and hot dogs. In Louisiana, they spice it up by adding hot sauce or cayenne pepper into the mix. But the possibilities for pimento cheese are endless, and once you start incorporating it into your recipes, you're never going to want to stop. Pot liquor is the liquid that's left behind after you boil green vegetables. So what do you do with it other than pour it down the sink? Well, some people save pot liquor and use it in place of stock in their next stew or soup. while others pour it over rice or potatoes. But the best thing to do with pot liquor is drink it. It might seem a little odd, but that way you can reap all the nutrients that have boiled out of the greens. Red beans and rice is a staple dish in Louisiana Creole cuisine. Traditionally, families took the
Drink what? What the Drink it? I'm not drinking that. I'm not drinking that. I'm sorry. Do you guys drink that? I get if you want to use it for seasoning. Let's say you want to use it to season, I don't know, whatever you're cooking. But don't drink it. How does that? Ugh. For me, anyway, I don't. Red beans and rice. Sound like rice and peas, innit? Is that rice and peas? Red beans and rice. Let's have a go. Let's see.
Red beans and rice is a staple dish in Louisiana Creole cuisine. Traditionally, families took the ham hocks, bones, vegetables, and beans that were left over from Sunday dinner and used them to create a scrumptious dish of spicy beans that were served with rice the next day. Cayenne pepper, Tabasco sauce, and other seasonings can turn up the heat on this hearty meal, while some people like to add in sausage or other meats. Here's a tip though. If you boil bones to make a broth for the base, you'll get exactly the flavor you want without having to add anything else. Gumbo is sometimes confused with jambalaya, but it's not the same thing at all. The key difference is that with jambalaya, the rice is cooked with the rest of the ingredients. With gumbo, however, the rice is cooked separately. Gumbo is a stew created with a strong, robust stock, sausage, shrimp, other shellfish, and the holy trinity of vegetables: bell peppers, celery, and onions. The most important aspect of home cooking a great gumbo is perfecting the roux that's used as its base. Or you could just head down to New Orleans and get someone to make it for you. Your call.
Where's my mac and cheese?
Everyone knows that real macaroni and cheese doesn't come out of a box, nor does it come with a packet of powdered cheese. Real good old-fashioned Southern mac and cheese is a completely separate dish altogether. It's often created with the combination of cheeses, and you can use anything from smoked cheddar and Monterey Jack to Gruyere and Velveeta.
I've had mac and cheese in a local restaurant here. One of my favorite restaurants I go here. I had it once or twice. It was alright, but wasn't seasoned. I like my food seasoned, so if I'm getting mac and cheese, I feel like I want to try it in America. I feel like you guys would probably season it properly. Yeah, I'd love to try over there.
Southern recipes usually feature heavy whipping cream, evaporated milk, or both, and the dish is baked in the oven until the sauce is creamy and the top is crispy. No matter how much you love macaroni and cheese, you've never really tried it until you've had it in the South. You might have seen sweet potato casserole at Thanksgiving dinner and passed it by, but it's time to stop sleeping on this delicious dish. Though some folks love it topped with charred marshmallows, others prefer a topping made with brown sugar and pecans. Give it a go, and you'll soon.
That sweet potato casserole. I love sweet potato. I absolutely love sweet. Look at me, got me talking like a little child. I love sweet potato. I absolutely do. I love it. I love it, so I do. But what's casserole made of? I'm always hearing that when I'm watching American TV again. What's casserole made from? That'll be interesting.
Soon realize that this often overlooked Thanksgiving side dish deserves a place on your dinner table all through the year. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more MASH videos about your favorite foods are coming soon. Subscribe.
That was so interesting. You guys check out the channel. I'll put the link down below. I think I would love to try some food. They taste better than they look. Actually, most food tastes better than they look. So I'm not gonna. Actually, I've already judged it there by its cover. But that's what a reaction is for. At first I'm like, but when I taste it, I'm like, not bad, not bad. But yeah, I'd love to try some of the stuff that I would love to try. The weirdest thing for me there was like the fried okra, the fried tomato. I'm like, what is going on there? But for me, any dish with chicken, I'm not gonna like it because I don't eat chicken. Any dish with fish, it's gonna be up there. Why? Because I love fish. Well, yeah, that was interesting. Let me know what else you guys want to see. Can't wait to come over there. I'm gonna try, God willing, when I'm there. You guys, you're gonna be sick of me because I'm gonna be trying everything. I'm gonna be going to every single restaurant. I'm gonna tip 20% because it's part of the rules and regulations there. You guys told me to. Actually, that's something we have to talk about when it comes to tips. So I think someone said the minimum wage in America is like $3. Please tell me that's a lie. Someone said that's the reason why you have to tip a lot. Minimum wage is $3. I hope not anyway. But yeah, see you guys very soon. Like, comment, subscribe, have some casserole, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.